Fast car here, guys. I'm getting back to the Radio Shack project here. And you can see we've got it torn way down. And this is pretty much how it's going to sit. The chassis, or the frame, goes pretty much from one end to the other end. So what we're going to have to do underneath, I don't know if you can see, but I've actually moved the transmission forward. That forward hole is now the second hole. So to get the rest of the holes, we're going to have to take the frame completely apart and drill new holes. Okay, we tore it down, and I want to go over why I'm moving the whole motor and everything. I had thought about flipping it, but this needs to sit forward, and I'm going to keep my battery tray under here. So my battery tray, for it not to be seen through this fender, this needs to be forward. So it's easier just to move the whole motor mount up, because you'll see it's already touching the back. It still does go just directly to the end of the frame and up front. So it'll be perfect. I do like weight up front on my crawlers, a little more up front, so I think this will help me out as well. Okay, we took one side of the frame apart. This back hole does line up. I don't know if you can see it from here. There it is. And that hole lines up. So we just need to make two new holes. One will be like in the middle of this axial here, and the other one will be forward here. And then all we got to do is take the transmission off of this side, add it on to this side, and make our holes. Alright, we got to move forward. So the next thing we're going to do is put the front axle back on. And we're going to be making our own links. So as I'm taking the old one links off, I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm using here is Traxxas 110. These are the RPM Revo rod ends. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to install them back here and on the bottom for my shocks, and then I'll hook back my shocks back up to the frame. Okay, guys, made my own links there, and had to cut the drive shaft because it is moved forward. Got plenty of flex there though. Now the next thing is putting these leaf springs on the rear. I did order this kit off of eBay. This come like this. And what I did was I moved that center one to the front just so that it'll sit, because it sits right here. I kind of wanted to center it, but it wouldn't work. But even with that bolt, it made it up, so moving it forward was fine. Okay, I'm back at it. I did get the leaf springs on. I did have to move that bolt to the front so I could get my angle that I wanted there. And I did still have to cut the drive shaft. Had to put my own spacers in there. But there it is. It is pretty stiff. Got a lot of clearance. Got a lot of junk on the table for doing all this process. So the next thing is going to have to mount the ESC and the receiver box. And the only thing I can think of, because I still want my winch in the front, is I'm going to have to come back here. So I'm thinking about mounting it through these holes here and double sticky type the ESC on the back. And it still should have enough flex to hold. And then when the body's on, it's just mocked up. Just a little bit too far. It's just mocked up anyways. It'll sit a little higher in the back because I want it to open like this. So let's get that box mounted. Alright, we had some existing holes here, so I just used number 3 screws right there. And as you can see, when she's at full flex, well, it's hard to see there, but it's missing just barely enough room. I'm going to trim off a little part of the antenna there, and we'll put the receiver in. Alright guys, take a look. Take a look. That's what she'll be looking. We got electronics hooked up now. Box sitting back here. So next we'll be mounting the body. But for this episode, that'll be all. Getting all the electronics all finished up. Man, I'm really liking how this is turning out. I want to take a minute. Thank you guys, all my subscribers. I know I haven't made a video in a while, but thank you all for being patient. Still getting subscribes. So thank you for the new subscribers. Like always, guys, comment. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you on the next episode.